Good evening, everyone. Happy May. It is the merry month of May, the magic month of May, the lusty month of May. We are in it. Welcome to our Spin into Stillness. I'm Reverend Rob, aka the Spiritual Spinister, and glad that you are joining us on this first day of May to keep that meditation practice going, to start a new one, to add to it, to deepen it. Anything that starts at the beginning of the month, I love new beginnings. And so every time that there is one, like the first day of the month or a seasonal change, uh, I love that kind of feeling of resetting, which is what we can do tonight. This is just a few moments that we take or make to go into the stillness to have a deeper conversation with our deep self. And it is the deep self that I personally consider the source, the God self, if you will. And so, any opportunity that we can have to hear the truth from that voice that is the one true voice that we have, the one true voice that we can listen to for the truth is a great opportunity as far as I am concerned. Now, we do this, we have a couple of steps in the process. Of course, we begin by setting an intention. And so, this is a good practice to develop for whenever you choose to meditate. It's actually a good practice to develop before engaging in just about anything. Now, I do not necessarily uh, uh, do this practice each day for every situation that I'm in, but I do aspire to do that. Just envisioning what we intend from various points in our day for our life, what we expect when we go to the office or when we come home and greet our families, or if we go see one of our kids' soccer games, or if we are going out on a date. What do we intend? Not what are our expectations. What do we intend from our perspective to do to make this experience that we have the best possible experience that it can be? Just some thoughts. We can work on that a little bit later. But for now, let's talk about setting that intention for tonight's meditation. What do you want to get out of it? What do you see yourself contributing to the meditative process? And how might that help you as you move on with your day and your week? Some thoughts to think. So we do that by writing. I think it's great to write it down. I think it makes that statement so much more clear and so much more affirmative. So if it means writing it down like on the palm of your hand because you don't have a piece of paper, it's just a matter of articulating that intention in some very visceral way. Now, the reason I write them down on these little slips of paper is because when we're done tonight, I will uh, do what I would do if we were together in person. I will burn my intention in a burning bowl, and I will collect your intentions to throw into the burning bowl by writing a proxy little ticket that says everyone's intentions. If we were in person, I would encourage everyone to write them down specifically on the little slips of paper that I would gather. So that's where we are right now in our evening. Let's set that intention. It can be a word, it can be a phrase, it can be just something that prompts you as you go into meditation that to reflect on something that is specific. Let's do it now. Put mine down. This is the one that says everyone's intentions. As what we're seeing on this one right here. Everyone's intentions. When we meditate, if you hold your intention in the palm of your hand, and if you just agree when you go into that meditation to send me some of that energy, then I can gather it in that everyone's intentions slip when we send it off into the universe. Now, we add to our prompt, to our intention, by drawing a card, a card from the Star Codes Astro deck. I love this deck. We're still using it this year. We've yet to go through all of the cards. We are still drawing the same ones on occasion each week. So, yeah, those messages keep getting repeated in some way or are just the right card to address the intentions that we're setting for this week. But we draw by, I will shuffle the cards and then I draw the top card so that you can see me draw the top card. You know that that's the one I'm drawing. You know that that's the one that reflects all of our energy here tonight, all of the energy that is taking place that is unique energy. The day is different than it was last week. Even if all of you are here, the exact same people that were there at the same time, it's still different. We're at a different day, a different time. We're setting different intentions, perhaps. So each meditation that we do is unique. And if you're watching the recorded version, you're still part of that energy. This is a unique meditation because of the card that was drawn, because of the energy that we put out there. So even if you're watching the recording, you are participating in a unique, energetic experience. So I will shuffle, I will draw the top card, and we will add whatever the message of the card is to that focus of our intention. It is a response in some way to the intention that we've set. It is an answer to a question. It is the addition of a sentence. It gives us more information to dialogue with our deep self. So I'm going to shuffle and then we will draw. Or I will draw for us. Now, again, as I keep saying, each week it's summertime, which means windows are likely open. And even if they aren't, everyone's out on the streets. I know that DC is quite full of people on the streets right now. I'm also in a high trafficked area with cars, and I've got dogs. As you all know, if you've been here before, they start barking whenever they hear something that they want that's on the outside, or a skateboard, or a doorbell. So that could happen. Don't let it freak you out too much. If you get startled by it, if you're pretty deep in meditation, that's fine. But just kind of swing back and maybe even go a little more deeply when that happens. So yes, we all get startled if something kind of intrudes on that quiet, but we are trying to be still wherever we are. So it behooves us to learn how to kind of roll with it, go with the flow, and continue on with that deep focus, even if we're startled out of it for a moment. You get the idea. Reminding everyone to like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe, like this video on YouTube or Facebook. Say hello in the comments when we say hello at the end, and let us know how your meditations are going, what you're seeing, what you're feeling, what you're hearing. All right, finally ready. Just gives me a chance to gab for a little bit. Top card is for all to see. It is Libra. I don't think we've had Libra before as a group. The card is Libra. The message is balance. I will put the card up for us to see together. There it is. You'll notice I took care of my technical difficulties from last week, required an upgrade to the software that could accompany the upgrading software on the Mac OS. So all taken care of. We can see the card. It's a beautiful card, very detailed. It is about balance, the justice and the scales. And so let's find out a little more. So you look at the card, listen to the words, whatever is connecting to you from this card as a response to your intention, that's what you want to kind of go with before we meditate. So, Libra is card number 7. Libra asks us to strengthen all relationships with an infusion of justice, equity, equality, communication, fairness, and romance. Now, I think this is the third week in a row that we've had a card specifically dealing with relationships. So there's a message right there, isn't it? The cardinal air sign Libra is ruled by Venus, and its symbol is the balanced scales. Libra is connected to the kidneys, the endocrine system, and all the ways a body comes into balance. The sun shines here September 22nd through October 21st. Our action tonight: compassion and purpose infuse beauty, and beauty flows from a balanced composition. To bring true balance to this situation, perhaps your intention, look at it through the lens of social justice and ask what would be unequivocally fair. Assess what you value, assess what others value, and find compromise. Become aware of any personal bias, whether that your opinion is more important than someone else's, or that theirs is more important than yours. Chant, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Be fair, straightforward, appreciative, and kind. Look at the whole situation for better composition. Balance the colors, the light, the shapes, and forms. Make sure everyone in this relationship feels heard. Acknowledge the existing beauty in the situation and ask yourself how you can bring in more. Explore the arts, music, and movement. Engage in expressive joy and let your soul take in this powerful medicine. Whether at work, at home, or in your love life, this situation may require a partnership of equals. As you create beauty and balance in your situation, you may call in new people who want to dance with you. Meet them on a level field and explore what you can do together. The challenge of this card: sometimes conflict needs to erupt before a healthy equilibrium can be reestablished. Repression is not peace. Ooh, that's a powerful one. Repression is not peace. That is my mantra for the week. Beauty can be misleading. Aesthetics alone can be shallow and incomplete unless loveliness expresses a deeper beauty. A compassionate heart. The gift of this card: the Navajo refer to the beauty way as the path of a life lived in balance, living in the right relations with one another, with the cycles of nature and the ecosystem all around, and with spirit. Let the beauty way call you. So yes, it's about the beauty way. It is not about the shallow beauty way. It is about the internal beauty way, the beauty that comes from balance, equitability, and equity. And again, another relationship card, more insight about contributing what we can uniquely contribute and inviting others to contribute in their way in the way that they can uniquely. That is the elements of teamwork, and that team that is balanced and is utilizing everyone's talents, their unique talents in a balanced way, is going to yield the best results, the most rewards uh, possible. So you've set your intention, drawn the card that says Libra, balance. Let's take that balance into our meditation, shall we? So get comfortable if you haven't already. Find that spot where you are feeling both relaxed and ready to go more deeply, but you're also awake and alert so that you can continue to hear the words or the tones or whatever is reminding you of what you need to do when you get into that conversation with your deep self. But if it's so helpful if you remain alert. Now, I believe that these conversations, these dialogues do take place if you tend to think you fall asleep, because I don't think anybody that is actually meditating with the sounds and the tones and the words coming from my mouth is really going to be completely asleep, but you are absorbing what I am saying and on some level having that dialogue. That being said, if you can remain alert and have that conscious dialogue, I think it gives you something to come back into uh, the living state with, and be active in what you are doing and to action that you're taking in response to that intention for the week. So let's get comfy. Let's begin to breathe with intention at your own pace, just taking it in, filling your body. And then as you exhale slowly, just imagine your body relaxing more and more. That's one. Exhale. That's two. Inhale again. And as you exhale, you can allow your eyes to flutter closed if you'd like. You prefer to keep them open and staring at the screen, we've got the card shot up there for you to look at. But now just allow yourself to relax to the sound of the tones and your breath. First the tones, each breath, each tone, drawing you to a state of relaxation more and more. So body relaxes. Let us imagine ourselves traveling in our mind to a place, a quiet place, a place that we love and feel safe in or at. Maybe it's the beach or the mountains or a room or a place from long ago, from another time of life. This place is a safe place. Just imagine ourselves in our mind's eye, just gently arriving at this place as if we've been teleported there, just like we've taken a teleporter that has removed us from our current place and placed us ever so gently in this beautiful safe space. In this place, we find a way to find that relaxed point, and we start paying attention to all the sights and sounds of this place. Are there people there? If it's nature, what kind of nature? It's our own personal sanctuary. That personal sanctuary could be right in your very home, in the middle of your own personal, wonderful chaos. You may actually be able to be still there. It's whatever you see and feel as your personal sanctuary. And now, in this relaxed place, as we settle in and allow ourselves to be embraced by the safety and wonderful feelings of this place, let us think of a core relationship in our life, or a core dynamic. Maybe it's a staff or a family. But let's think of one where we might sense just an imbalance of energy. From our own perception, not from someone else's perception. That and acknowledging this startling dog barks. Let's envision that relationship that we sense imbalance in. And again, this is from our perspective. We do not want to interpret someone else's assumed feeling of imbalance. This is only our own. Maybe the other person doesn't even realize it or sense it. let us in this very safe space envision right in front of us, as was on the card, a giant scale, the Libra scale. And now let us imagine our loved one or our situation on one of the scales. Let's imagine ourselves on the other side. And let us know what is the strongest points of our relationships, participation in our dynamic. And let us imagine ourselves either as on the less weighted side or the more weighted side. Let us imagine and assess gently with ourselves what we might do to add to the balance. What we might do to balance ourselves in this dynamic. Does it mean that we have to release something in ourselves in order to make ourselves lighter in the balance? Or do we have to step up in that relationship or dynamic? Again, only from our own perspective. This is only what we are assessing we can do better. Either releasing or stepping up in some way that we know will bring our own balance, bring out our own best qualities and contributions and participation in this dynamic. And this is a dialogue that we can hear from our deep self, advising us on how we might balance this dynamic out. Just allow yourself to have that little conversation. It's honest and it's safe. No one else needs to know. So allow yourself to be gentle. What can I do to be better in this situation? How can I put my best self forward to balance this scale? Remember, this is not about what anybody else is contributing. This is only what you can honestly assess you can do to bring balance. Let your deep self offer that advice. as we hear this from our deep self, these very personal ways that we might step up or release, imagine that scale balancing out. Either we are coming down from being too light, or we are raising up because we've released. Imagine that scale leveling out. To glow brightly. Imagine an energetic, almost electrifying surge coming from your self through the scale. The scale is a conduit. And imagine the other side of that scale, getting that connection, feeling the surge of balance. There it is, balanced. And with that, we choose to return, to apply what we have just learned from our deep self. So imagine ourselves like the transporter again, just dissolving from this beautiful safe space and dissolving back into our current space where we are sitting or lying back. And dissolve back in. We begin to feel our fingers and toes. Returning fully, we can feel our body complete and healthy and whole. For as we've been transported back to ourselves, we are healthier than ever. We are feeling stronger than ever. Our discomfort has been released. Our pain has been released. We are free and open and balanced. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale again and exhale. And one more deep breath. Inhale and exhale. You can open your eyes. We got the dogs tonight, kids. Said there were things outside. Every time they hear a skateboard, they go by, and they were relentless. So thank you. Glad I made a little speech before. Hopefully you were able to kind of pivot. Maybe even you use their barks to kind of to keep you deep there. But thank you for bearing with. I was startled myself. So anyway, what did you learn? Did you see how you can balance? It's important to remember that this is not what you think others should be doing to bring to this balance. This is about what you know that you can do. Either let go of control or take on more responsibility to make it more balanced. You know what they are. Your deep self told you. So I say go forth, live out what that deep self told you because it knows the truth. So let us send our stuff out into the world, out into the universe. I keep getting candles that burn out too quickly, so I'm going to light this one myself. This is mine first, and then we'll send all of ours together. Beautiful. Now we can send this everyone's intentions right there. Let's catch that fire right here. Send it off magically. There we go. Can you see it? There it is. You can see it right. Beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. I see Sue's on Zoom. Hello. Let's see who is everywhere else, shall we? Thanks again, guys, for being here, grinning and bear it. I appreciate it. Oh, there's my mother-in-law. Hello, Betty Wilson. Hello, hello. Hello, Smiley. There's my friend Brian. Hi, Brian. Thank you for joining in. I hope you enjoy your week too. Hope to see you soon, sooner rather than later. And hope that everyone has had a wonderful meditation and was able to make some balance and resolution and at least get some good insight from our deepest self. Have a beautiful evening. Have a wonderful week. And I will see you here in the magic month of May. Good